breaking out, I'm breaking in. I just can't help this state I'm in. I'm on my way, y'all. So put your shades on, this light's so bright, it's blinding. I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love. Breaking free, I'm breaking ground. I can't explain this thing I found. The clouds have moved on. I got my groove on. This pep in my steps infectious. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I've been stuck in a rut. I've been shit out of luck. I've been wondering what is up with me. And then I realized it's up to me to decide. I can just be radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love.
You are an irresistible magnet with the power to attract unto yourself everything, absolutely everything you desire. Aren't these beautiful? Look at these. Look at these great pink roses. Aren't those fabulous? If that doesn't give you faith in everything you can do in the power of the universe, I'm not sure what does. I look at those and I think, I belong to the same power that created all of that beauty. That beauty is the beauty that is within me right here and right now. That's what we're going to talk about all morning. The beauty that is within, the power that is within you right here, right now. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for bringing your consciousness to our community this morning. This is the New Thought Spiritual Center Sunday celebration. I'm Reverend Jay Willick. I'm the senior minister here. We're so happy that you've joined us this Sunday morning. Oh, my fan's going. You might hear that noise, but keeps it cool in here. We are a spiritual community that teaches how life is powerful, how life is experiencing itself through each and every one of us. And we're so happy to be able to just live life and be and experience all this wonderfulness. I don't know, I'm just feeling pretty wonderful this morning. I hope you are too. And if you're not, you will be by the end of this hour. So what is the New Thought Spiritual Center all about? I got a little video for you on our statement of principles. Watch this. That's what we are all about. And every month we highlight one of our statement of principles. And this month we're highlighting our vision statement. As you can see, vibrate at the speed of the divine. That's how we're vibrating every day. We choose to vibrate at the speed of the divine. Below there, you don't see it all, but there's a Meister Eckhart quote that I love so much. He says, "The eye with which I see God is the same with which God sees me." That same eye, that same power, that same energy, that same divine love is looking at everything in life. How are you looking at things in life? With divine love, with the knowledge that you are the power and presence of that creative energy? If not, try it. Try waking up with that in mind. Try waking up knowing that I can give thanks for the power and presence that is within me right now, no matter what's going on in my life. Even if there's some trauma going on in my life, I know at the very base that no matter what's going on, I am that divine love expressing itself, and I can choose to vibrate at the speed of that divine love. So it's the time in our celebration on Sundays that we begin to enter into our sacred space, and we follow that with our guided meditation. So let's take a few moments to take a deep breath. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, and then let it go out of your mouth. It's a great way to circulate that oxygen through your nose in. Let's do it slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Then let it out of your mouth. So go ahead and let that idea continue. Breathing slowly, taking control of our breath, feeling our heartbeat slow a little bit. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, but you don't have to. You can keep them at a soft focus and watch this. And here we go. Yeah. So it is at this time that we enter into our sacred space, wherever we are. We are opening our heart and mind to awaken to the highest and deepest part of our divine selves. We plant the seeds of our greatest adventure, nurturing them with water of faith and the soil of spirit, calling in wisdom from ancient times to quantum science. And so we now transcend time and space into the grace, love, and power of the universe. The sounds you hear are sounds that inform your mind that it is time to step within and breathe in the divine love, allowing the Mother Gaia, the planet Earth of which we are a pawn, to bring its energy to us. We invite its energy up through the bottom of our feet, coming from the very core of this planet, traveling up our legs, past our knees, arriving at the base of our spine. Feel that energy vibrate at the base of your spine. Mother Gaia sending its love. And then let's start the circulation. Allow this energy to drop from the base of your spine as if it's a cord of some sort, a lightning bolt, Allow this energy to go back down, down, down through the planet, past the rock, to the center of the earth, where that molten love lives. And we circulate that energy up our feet, past our knees, circulating from the base of our spine down to the core of the earth. And then you don't have to do it with your arms. Just stretch out your arms, just the energy of stretching out your arms, opening your hands and allowing that universal, that cosmic energy come down and around you. The power of the sun, feel it. Feel it warm. It warms you, it vibrates within you from the top of your head, down your face, warming your shoulders, down your arms. That glow, that illumination, that luminescence from the cosmos shines, vibrates in your heart. The bells bringing attention to this energy as it fills your body. Take a deep breath. Let it out through your mouth. For those familiar with the Wim Hof breathing, this might be a nice time for you to do that. Breathe in and out quickly, about 25-30 times. Clears your body. The carbon dioxide brings in the oxygen, and with it, that divine glow, that divine love. This morning, before I allow us to go into the silence, allow me to read a little bit from the Radiance Sutras. Shining One, whose body flows with power. When you are astonished, startled, or afraid, and gasp a shocked inhalation, right there, sense the vibration of that gasp on your palate. The shimmer of that sound in the mouth evokes a flood of knowing, a gush of the divine. And it is then that you listen to the inner sound, one that you rode outward into this life, into this manifestation of yourself. And so now savor the sound of ha. Let us together say ha. Softly continuing, resonating through all the nerves of your body, permeating, expanding everywhere. And know this as the sound of ongoing creation. And so at this time, if you would wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, take a deep breath, let it out. Put your hands together, rub them. As you're rubbing them, slowly open your eyes and feel that energy, that friction that is happening between your hands, and stop and slowly bring your hands apart and feel that energy, that vibration. That is the divine showing up, saying, "Hi, how you doing?" Feel that energy, put it upon your heart. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me with that. Have no doubt that I am joining you in this sacred moment. Yes, I'm reading stuff, etc., but I am going into meditation at the same time you are, and I enjoy this sacred moment so much. These 7, 8, 9 minutes, whatever it is. Thank you for joining me with that. So now we get to step into the sacred reading part of our celebration. I love this part because usually, once in a while it's me, but usually I have such a great, wise, and wonderful guest. And this week is no different. The Reverend Barbara Altman is with us, and here she comes. Dun, da, da, da. How are you this morning, Rev?
I'm good. How about you?
Great. You look fabulous. I love this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. That's beautiful. Cooler than mine. Well, fancier. So Reverend Barbara has some fabulous quotes, and she'll be reading our affirmative incantation as well as providing us some much needed musical joy. So, my friends, Reverend Barbara Altman.
Thank you. Good morning. And I am so excited that we're going to be able to meet in person again soon, August 8th. Yay. And so today I want to talk about faith. And we all have faith in something. And our faith has the power to shape our experience. For myself, I always want to have faith that the universe is conspiring for my good, that all is well, that I am healthy, wise, prosperous, creative, loving, and loved. Now, most of the time, that's the case. Yay, spiritual practice. But sometimes I can still get pulled off point by appearances. Sometimes what I actually have faith in is not what I really want to have faith in. And I know I'm not the only one. And sometimes instead of having faith that things will work out, we can subconsciously have faith in lack and limitation. We can have faith in the worst case scenario. And that's why it's so important to come back to center, to return to that divine wisdom that's within each one of us, to allow that part of us which knows better to remind us that we can truly and deeply believe in and achieve something greater. Now, that doesn't mean that we should ignore challenges and pretend that they're not there. But the closer your connection with that divine wisdom, with that intuition, the better your response, the more flexible, the more creative, and the more powerful your response will be. So what do you truly have faith in? What do you truly believe? And what do you want to believe? Now, affirmations are great. They set the tone. They help remind us to remember that we're more than we seem in any given moment. But the affirmation is just the first step. You must lead yourself the rest of the way. And I say this to myself too. that there's always deeper that we can go. That all starts with connecting with that divine intuitive self, with your true self. And our creative power rests in our true faith in and our deep connection with that divine within, with spirit within you. Now, last week, Reverend Gary's reading was from one of our favorites, This Thing Called You. And if you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. And today's reading is also from This Thing Called You by Ernest Holmes. And he writes, "You must find and maintain a close communion with your true center. Your creative power is not an act of the will. It is rather an act of your willingness to believe. And you are believing in something greater than your objective self, something deeper than your subconscious self, and something beyond the collective thought of the world. Your creative power comes from the originating spirit itself, which knows no limit, is conditioned by no circumstance, and governed by no law outside itself. Throw yourself with complete abandon into the all-consuming fire of inward conviction." Great quote. And now it's time for our affirmative incantation. Now, today's affirmation has an interactive portion. So before we start, please take a breath or two. Take a moment with yourself, with your deeper self, with that inner wisdom to reveal your goal for today. And as you do this throughout the week, your goal might change every day or it might stay the same. Just take a moment. What is it that you desire to accomplish, express, or experience? Now, if we get the affirmation up there, hang on one moment. And please join me. I allow spirit to overflow me with the divine truth. Thus, I am propelled by the power and presence of this truth to free my mind and receive its wisdom and reveal its best ideas. Today, I consciously use this wisdom and these wonderful ideas for the following definite purpose. So here's where you get to reveal your goal for today, whatever that is. For me, it's deeper faith. And continuing, I know my mind is an outlet through which the creative intelligence of the universe seeks fulfillment. And so every thought and feeling I have and any actions I take today comes through a deep inner perception and the application of my divine power and the conviction to my stated goal. Today I shall be fulfilled. And so too, the creative intelligence of the universe shall be fulfilled. I am a success. And now if you'd like to join me in treatment, in affirmative prayer, in knowing that truth, close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you, and just settle into that deep, deep stillness. Sensing that presence that is God, that is everywhere we are at all times, and it is right here, right now, in this moment. That divine, loving presence, that creative power, that is the truth of who we are at our deepest core, right here, right now. We are one with that presence. It is one with us. There is no separation. Everything that God is, I am. that light, life, that wisdom, that creativity, vibrant health, vitality, loving relationships. I know that everything that we need is already within us, and that we have the wisdom to express it, to be it. Perfect health, prosperity, wisdom, divine creativity. I know that all of this is ours. All we need to do is open and accept it and allow it to flow through us. And resting in this perfect divine moment and embracing all of that good that we are. I just give thanks. I rest in gratitude and release this into that divine law, knowing that it is already perfectly done. And together we say, and so it is. And now, after a little drink of water here, will be today's song. Okay, just a moment. Here we go. When the road gets dark and you can no longer see, let my love throw a spark and have a little faith in me. When the tears you cry are all you can believe, give these loving arms a try, baby. Have a little faith in me. 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 And when your secret heart cannot speak so easily, come on, darling, from a whisper start to have a little faith in me. And when your back's against the wall, just turn around now, you will see. I will catch your fall. Have a little faith in me. 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 I've been loving you for such a long time, expecting nothing in return, just for you to have a little faith in me. You see, time is our friend, 'cause for us there is no end. All you gotta do is have a little faith in me. I will hold you up. I will hold you up. And your love gives me strength enough to have a little faith in me. Oh, yeah. Faith.
Yes. Oh, what a great song. Oh, thank you so much. That's a John Hyatt song. Thank you, Reverend Barbara. Great, great stuff. Have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me. I feel like that's what the universe is singing to all of us. I know it's telling me that every once in a while in some of the things in my life. Have a little faith in me. Lately, I've been studying the history and usage of prayer for my doctorate dissertation, and that's what inspired today's talk title, which is Let's Have a Treat. Let's have a treat. Now, some of you may have taken my workshop of the same name and will recognize what I'm talking about. Others may recognize it because they've been in this teaching. But however you are recognizing that idea, if your declarations haven't demonstrated like you thought, or better than you thought, or at all, then take this talk as a needed review, because I am. I'm taking my own talk as a needed review. Now, by treat, in the title, let's have a treat. By treat, I mean both the idea of a goodie into your life, whatever that is, whether it's a thing or an idea, peace of mind, or having more faith in my life, that's a goodie. And I also mean by the word treat as this definition of spiritual mind treatment. And the definition is the art and act, time and process and method and science of consciously changing and inducing thought within our subconscious belief system for the purpose of demonstrating a new idea into our experience. Now, you may have heard me or others make a call to treat. Okay, let's treat. Let's have a treatment. Let's treat together. Spiritual mind treatment is what that call is for. To pray, it's a form of prayer, by realigning our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs to the ideas that we express, for instance, in our statements of principles, which are, again, reveal the divinity in you, vibrate at the speed of the divine, and bust through, soar, and zoom into the greatest expression of your life. That's what everything is about. That's why we're here. That's where our happiness comes from, where our fulfillment of love and health and creativity and prosperity and all the phases and all the parts and all the spaces of our lives, all the times, all the nooks and crannies of our lives. That's why we're here, to reveal the divinity that is within ourselves, to vibrate at the speed of the divine in everything we think, feel, and do, and to bust through and soar and zoom anything, good, bad, or indifferent, to the next step, to the next upgrade, to the greatest happiness that we've had in that part of our lives. Dr. Holmes continues in his definition of treatment, and Dr. Holmes, Ernest Holmes, is the one who put together what is called the 5-step spiritual mind treatment, the 5-step affirmative prayer. But he continued with these words, and they're very important. We are surrounded, he said, by a creative medium which responds to us through a law of correspondence, a law of correspondence. So treatment is clearing the thought of negation, of doubt and fear, and causing it to perceive the ever-presence of God, or whatever you want to call that power. We're surrounded by this creative medium. It wants to create. It wants to create with and for and as us. And there's this law, this spiritual law of correspondence, or law of attraction, some people call it. That's the most popular description of the law or title of the law, but it's a law of correspondence in that it is corresponding, it is reflecting that which we believe into our experiences. We perceive, we become aware of. When we become aware of, then we can awaken to. And when we awaken to something, then we can embody it. And that's what this month is all about, embodying this idea, embodying our faith. And if you don't like that word faith, you can change that word too. Embodying our belief, embodying our connection and our communion with this power that is within us. It's the power of creation. Now, I know our minds are full of clutter, the clutter of memories, good and not so good, the clutter of opinions and judgments. Some are wise, some are not so wise, the clutter of noise, the clutter and noise, actually, of lies and decisions that we've made, both traumatic, disturbing, and other ways. That this noise that we have in our head about our history, our past decisions, and the biases we've accepted, which are usually not good. A bias usually is not necessarily a good thing, but it can be a good thing. Anyway, all these clutters and biases, they get in the way. They get in the way of the new shiny trinket you're eyeing. They get in the way of the reigniting your relationship or having love in your life at all. They get in the way of a bigger audience for your business or whatever you're expressing yourself with. They get in the way of just fill in the blank. But these clutters, these biases are not signs of a lost battle. We have to remember that. That is part of faith. That is part of belief. It's not a lost battle. And these things that get in our way, these ideas, these histories, these biases that are cluttering up our minds, they're not powered by some evil power. There's no such thing. There's no such power. They're not the result either of being left alone, like we're left alone in the universe and on this planet and in this life. That's not true. We're not left alone by the universe with no potential or tools or influence. We have potential, always. We have the tools. They're always there to just grasp on or find out or re-find out if you have forgotten them for some reason. And we have the influence because that is our power in the life, is influencing everything we think, feel, and do. See, you've been left alone to discover your real nature. Each and every one of us has been left alone to discover our real nature. Not left alone as in by yourself, but left alone as in nobody's there, pushing and shoving. The universe is not there to push and shove, although occasionally it might knock on your door and remind you of something, but you're not left alone without the ability to discover your real nature. That as an individual, you may consciously unite with the law of life in the presence of good. We just need to keep knocking on that doorway of our consciousness until every no becomes a yes, and every negation an affirmation, and every fear that we have a faith. You cannot fail if you remain steadfast. Steadfast. And finally, the fetters of bondage. The bondage of this stuff, this old stuff, this lack and limitation stuff, whatever it looks like, that's going to drop from you. You'll walk out of this self-imposed prison, because it is a self-imposed prison, only to discover that the door that is right there was never really locked. And the window over here was not actually barred. You were bound merely by the chains of unbelief. The chains of unbelief. If you read this thing called You, this book that I and Reverend Gary constantly bring out, you'll read something similar to what I just said. So how do we get out of these chains of unbelief? Well, Patricia Diane Cotter-Robles wrote a book called Raising Consciousness, The Shift from Separation to Oneness. And she said, trying to change physical conditions without changing my consciousness is like trying to change the reflection in a mirror without changing the object causing the reflection. Your mind, your belief, your consciousness is that object that is causing the reflection of experiences that are happening in your life. When we change our consciousness, we change the reflection we are giving. And when we change the reflection we are giving, then the law of correspondence, the law of attraction, the law of cause and effects brings forth into your experiences that change, that new reflection. And how do we do that? We treat the mind, and thus the subconscious, and thus the belief system. Now, having a treat, and remember, that's what we're doing this week. Let's have a treat. Having a treat has specific purposes. Treatment, treatment unclogs and frees your mind. It's like a roto-rooter of mental clarity and spiritual maturity. But instead of removing tree roots and other debris, it eliminates the BS out of your belief system, the BS out of your BS. And instead of cleaning your drain, it cleans your brain. It cleans your subconscious. Instead of snaking your pipes and other plumbing gripes, it snakes through your mental aches and pains to leave you wide awake, to open yourself up so that you can embody the truth. You know, it said people are attracted to this teaching and this form of prayer that I'm talking about today because it gives hope. It gives people hope of manifesting conditions and stuff and ideas and peace of mind, et cetera, into our lives, into our material lives and into our mental lives. Well, that's great. I want you to have hope. But as soon as you have hope, I want you to lose it to the point of remembering that it has nothing to do with affirmative prayer and treatment. Because affirmative prayer and treatment is actually for the purpose of freeing us from everything, and that includes hope. Hope is here, and we want to jump to here and even there. So we want to use this affirmative prayer, this treatment, to free ourselves from our limited ideas and beliefs, not just to get stuff, obviously. It's not here. It's not an action, a spiritual practice just to get stuff, things. It's to get everything and anything. Treatment provides a pause to remember who we are and to commune with our consciousness, our own consciousness, and thus of the divine, so that we vibrate at the speed of the divine. John O'Donohue wrote in a poem called Rebel Thriver, "Let there be an opening into the quiet that lies beneath the chaos, where you find the peace you did not think possible and see what shimmers within the storm." Oh, see what shimmers within the storm. The faith. So first, let's just go through the 5 steps. You ready? First, let's recognize that God is the all of all. And again, you don't have to call it God. You can call it it. You can call it Phil. God doesn't care what you call it. You can call it energy, the Big Bang. Just call it. Just recognize that there's this energy, this frequency of all creation, that it's here right now. You can call it chi, the life force, the Bhagavan, whatever. Just recognize that energy is there. That energy that you're vibrating from. Feel it, see it, know it. It's all around you. Then unify yourself with that power, whatever you're going to call it, unify yourself, because you and that power are one already. So you might as well give in to that truth. It acts through you, as you, in you, and in all life, in these beautiful flowers. So revel in it. It's not going to go away, which is fabulous. So revel in this power, revel in this vibration, revel in this revelation of divine energy, creation that is within you. You are made of that star stuff. Thirdly, accept and affirm that which you are deciding to declare and reveal in this treatment. Decide, accept, affirm. It's happening right now. Speak as if it's happening right now. Confirm it with clarity and specificity. Focus on what you want. See, since you've already established and know that you're part of the big universal power thing, you can speak your word without doubt or reservation that the good you desire to experience is now taking form. There's nothing in your way. When you decide to have a treat, your awareness begins to shift. And you become aware of what is actually true in this universe. And you use this process we're talking about to substitute what was happening in your mind before to what you believe now. Because that's all that is important, what you believe right now. And you focus on those feelings and you focus on the senses that occur as you are having this idea or thing in your life. What does it smell like? What does it taste like? What does it sound like? What does it tactily feel like? See, prayer, affirmative prayer, spiritual mind treatment frees us from the wrong thinking or ideas of the past. That's what you're doing. You're negating all that by focusing on what it is you want. See, the universe has your back. You don't have to have any doubt about that. The universe has your back, so you know your desire is complete as you speak it. And then next, you have appreciation and gratitude for this acceptance. So having clearly stated and affirmed what you wanted to experience, what you are revealing in your life, it's time to do what you always do when you have accepted a treat. Give thanks. The good you desire is yours right now. So accept it and give thanks. Give appreciation for this good that's right here and now in your life. Simple. I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank me. Not me, Jay, unless I'm talking about myself, but yourself. And then finally, just release the words, release the thoughts, release the feelings, release the acceptance, and affirm your good is already accomplished. It's done. You spoke your word. Your word is powerful. Thoughts are prayers. When you release your prayer to the activity of the universal law of mind, you completely free yourself of any concern. The only thing you would maybe have to treat about later is your concern that you weren't strong enough. You weren't faith. You didn't have enough faith, or you didn't believe it enough. Okay, then go back. Go back later and know for yourself that there's one mind, one power. I am part of that one mind, one power. And right now, I am revealing unto myself the faith that I think I don't quite have. So I am going to step in it. I'm going to wash myself with it. I'm going to drench myself with faith because I know the truth. And my knowing of the truth outweighs, overwhelms the supposed facts of my having a little bit less faith than maybe I think I should. And you will slowly or quickly, depending on your consciousness, negate that lack of faith. And thus tell the universe, inform the universe what it is. What it is. And so that you will experience that in your life. I let go and I let God and I release this truth in total belief that it is done. That's how you end it. You let go and you let God or the universe or that creative energy or the creative medium or whatever you want to call it, the law, I let it do its stuff. I've done my work. Now you do your work wherever you are and get it into my factual body of living. Fulfill it right now because I have fulfilled it in my heart, in my mind, in my gut, in every pore and cell of my body. So get to it, law. When we use this incredible tool to treat our minds, freeing us and leading into the freedom that is our birthright, for God's sake, we can break the chains of unbelief, disbelief, and disapproving logic. You ever have that? Disapproving logic? Well, that's not logical. That whole as is stuff, this whole prayer stuff, that's not logical. It's nice. It's sweet. Wrong. That's monkey mind. That's monkey mind coming in going, okay, I'm going to get you off the hook of this faith thing by saying, well, logically, blah, 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 blah. I've done so many talks, and you can go find them about what people logically said about this, that, or the other, and were proved wrong. And this is something that has been happening since day one. People who believe or have this disapproving logic, well, that's what shows up in their life, isn't it? That disapproving logic, that doubting Thomas stuff. So, okay, that's going to show up. We've been taught stupid things all our lives about how to manifest, how to demonstrate, how to change the experiences in our life. So what do? When this doubting Thomas junk shows up? Tell it to shut up. That's what I do. Sometimes I'm not so rude, but I tell it to shut up. I get tough. I get clear. I get connected. And when I do that, then I know I can have a treat, because I'm going to manifest that treat, because I have declared and revealed that treat in my life. So join me. Come on. Come on. Let's have a treat. Thanks so much. Namaste.
Let us place our hands on our hearts and together declare our love offering blessing. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Amen. Hallelujah. Thank you for your blessed love offerings.
I want to thank you again for your blessed offerings, and for those who have stepped up, and I'm tired, I got excited there, who have stepped up to help us with our funds as we start into in-person, because as you know, going in person will incur other costs, and we also want to step up and improve things and upgrade things as we go back into in-person celebration services. So please make sure to throw another couple of bucks extra in this week. We really appreciate it. And we will show you, you will see how it is worth that you are supporting our vision. I'm going to skip the, Steve, I'm going to skip the social media video. We're on social media. All you have to do is go to NewThought-SC anywhere on social media, and you'll find us. Also on TikTok as well. Production credits, you see them rolling under there. And I want to, of course, thank Steve Apperson, who's our director and puts together and keeps our broadcast going. And in fact, Steve Apperson today gets to pick the final song, because there's two choices for him. So I have an idea of what he might pick, but it matters not. Either song is going to punctuate the embodiment that we have been talking about this morning. As far as announcements go, once again, I want you to remember that August 8th, we will be back in person. We'll be at the Actors Group Studios, or TAG Studios. Here's a little hint where that place is. I know I'm kind of keeping it from you where the exact address is, but it is 8.5 blocks east of Porto's and 2.5 blocks east from Pinocchio's. Those who are familiar with that part of Burbank, that's where we will be, 10 a.m. Sundays starting August 8th. And you're going to love the great chairs and couches feeling that we get to be in. For those who were at the New Thought music festival that we had a couple of years ago, it's very similar to that atmosphere, and we're really excited to get back and see you, even though we might be wearing masks or being a little apart from each other. Still, again, as of midnight last night, that's okay. There's sanitizers there, and air circulates. You're gonna love this place. Anyway, that's August 8th. And that's all I have to say about that. So let's now take a deep breath together as the production credits. You can keep watching those if you'd like. Take a deep breath together. Fan got turned on again, so we got some air circulating here in my house. How about your house? Is the air circulating? Is your mind circulating the divine that is within you? You know, I like to bring together what they call practicality, self-improvement, all that kind of seemingly practical stuff. It is practical stuff. I like to put that together with the science and with spirituality, because really there's no difference. Science is now catching up to spirituality, and you'll see that in many articles that I write or comments that I put on social media. When I see an article that says, yeah, we've known that for hundreds, if not thousands of years, those of us who are in spirituality, glad science caught up. We like to put all that together because that's what life's about. Life is about knowing the power, the creative power that is in this universe that we are a part of, and connecting that with us, being in communion with that. And so we do that right here and right now. In this sneaky way that I brought us into a spiritual mind treatment, we know this power and presence, whatever you want to call it, is in us. It is within us. The kingdom of heaven is within, as it says in the book, as they call the book. It's within, that power and presence. Whatever made the stars, whatever made the planets, that stuff, that energy, that power, that big bang, it's within us. And so we accept that right now. We embody it. And in that embodiment, we can be awake, aware, and consciously using this power for not only our greatest good, but for the greatest good of our community, our city, our state, our country, our world, our universe. We can be that butterfly that exhales and goes across the world. We can be that power, not only for the world, but for ourselves. And so I speak for each and every one of us in our embodiment to bring forth into our lives our greatest life. Not to be successful necessarily, but to be fulfilled. Each and every one of us right here, right now, step into our fulfillment. And thus success shows up. But we are fulfilled. Whatever that means to you at this particular moment. I speak the word, I reveal the word that each and every one of us are fulfilled. Fulfilled in love, fulfilled in finances, fulfilled in creative energy and creative output, fulfilled in peace of mind, fulfilled in allowing ideas to show up and inspire us to even better ideas. I release this word in gratitude and appreciation, knowing that my word, my power, has been expressed and is being brought into right now, right here, brought into our lives, our experiences. And in releasing this word, we all know together and say, and so it is. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for joining us this Sunday. We'll see you next Sunday at the same time, 10 o'clock in the morning on Pacific time, here on Facebook, on my personal page, on the New Thought Spiritual Center page, and on our YouTube channel. Once again, Have a Little Faith in Me was the song Reverend Barbara sang by John Hyatt. Such a great song. Such a great day. You have a most fabulous day. I know you will. I'm right there with you. Thank you so much. Have a blessed week. Namaste.
Bust through and soar across the universe. Trust, truth, and roar above the sky. Connect the spiritual dots with the power of thought. You will fear no more. Bust through and soar. Reveal divinity in you right here, right now. Right here, right now. We will celebrate. We will radiate love. And right here, right now, we'll vibrate and shine at the speed of the divine. Bust through and soar beyond your atmosphere. Trust, truth, and roar with all your joy inside. Embrace the experience, believing in spirit. You will fear no more. Bust through and soar. Reveal divinity in you right here, right now. Bust through and soar. Reveal divinity. You vibrate and shine with the divine.